Well, guys, I thought I'd give you a channel update. Pardon me. I made a quick little community post earlier that I was pretty upset when I made it. It's just a bad time. Like, when it rains, it pours, and it's pouring on me right now, I feel like. So, as some of you know from the previous little post I made, I did total my Crosstrek, the first one, and then I got a new one, and it's already got damage on it. And I've had it up to here, with trying to drive around to all these remote, crazy places and do all these hikes. Literally, the driving is the hardest part of the hikes for me. It's the part I dread the most. I don't dread being all out of breath and being in pain. I mean, I do sometimes, I'm not gonna lie. Like when I go do Mount Meeker, I'm like scared. I'm like, oh my God, this is gonna be a lot of pain. But usually it's the drive that scares me. For a number of reasons. You know, for one, I don't want to get a wreck. I don't want to get a ticket. And also just have road rage. Like really bad road rage. I'll admit it, I have bad road rage. And the thought of having to drive back up and over like Trail Ridge Road and then all the way down the Big Thompson Canyon after a hike sucks. It totally sucks. Knowing you'll get behind somebody going 20 miles per hour and you got to just ride your brakes all the way down and it just tears up your car instead of just letting gravity do its thing and just going down. I'm getting on a side tangent. Anyways, driving is a major part of the hikes, and it's a part that you guys don't really ever see. I mean, you don't see me when I wake up at 3 in the morning and then I'm leaving by 4 o'clock to get somewhere by the crack of dawn. But that's what I do. And I had a pretty good run. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I had a good run for a lot of years. Didn't really have any major incidences. I mean, I backed into a few rocks here and there because obviously I'm terrible at driving. But yeah, I'm just rambling here. Sorry, I have no structure for this at all. I just thought I'd just hit record and start talking. But yeah, I put a lot into this hiking channel, and sadly, I haven't got anything back from it, and that's by my choosing. I chose not to monetize the channel. I chose not to ask people for money. I don't even like when people ask for subscriptions and, make sure you like and comment on the video. Like, I cannot stand that when people do that in their videos. It's like, don't you know to do that? I mean, if you like the content creator, you'll probably subscribe to their channel. You don't need to be told to do it. I've never said to do that once in any of my videos because I can't stand it, and I never wanted to be a grifter either, where I'm asking people for money. Like, oh, go down and buy a mug and a t-shirt and your hoodie that just say hike on it or something like that. Like, I just wanted to make my videos, and pretty much the only payment that I get are the comments and the thank yous, and that's pretty much the payment, which I love. I love reading the comments, and I love creating content. But yeah, I'll just back up and get into the car thing here. Just let you guys know what happened with the car thing. I got a video coming up for Cameron Peak, and in that video I wanted to dedicate the video to the firefighters that fought the Cameron Peak fire. And all over the place in the burned areas, like on Buckhorn Road, back behind like Horsetooth, up by Cameron, the residents there have all made like signs like thank you firefighters and God bless the firefighters. And so I was going through and I was getting pictures of all those signs that I could to make a little montage. I'm totally giving it away now. Spoiler alert. I was really excited about my tribute, but I'm kind of ruining it right now by giving it away. But yeah, I was gonna showcase all those pictures that I took. And Chris and I were driving back down through in the Pingree area. We just got done doing Signal Mountain, and that was the second hike I did in a row, and I did like 24 miles in 2 days, which is quite a bit, and I was pretty tired. I mean, that was like hour number 7 of driving. I had previously driven 6 hours up to that point, and this is up to the point of driving home. So we're driving back. We're driving down the dirt road. I'm just like, I'm just kind of zoning out. And Chris keeps pointing out where I'm missing signs. He's like, oh, dude, you missed another sign. So I slam on the brakes. I hit reverse, go back, stop, get out, take the picture, and then keep going. We must have done that probably 2 or 3 times. And finally, on the last one, he's like, oh, dude, you missed one. So I hit the brakes, hit reverse, and I'm like looking at the trees to make sure I'm like going parallel with the trees. And I'm like, oh, shit, I'm not going parallel with the trees. I slam on the brakes, boom, and just my rear passenger side just crunched into a tree. I mean, I was like, oh my God, no. Like, I mean, it like ripped my bumper off, everything. And it like crushed I hit it hard. I was reversing fast. It crushed the frame of the body of the car onto the back wheel. And there just happened to be like this tripod, this metal, it looked like a metal easel with like 3 legs. These legs were like this big around, steel, like 4 foot long. It just happened to be sitting there. So Chris and I are using that as like a crowbar. We're trying to get the frame off the wheel so we can drive back, because we're in no man's land right now. You know, no phone signal. The only thing I have is my GPS to send messages with. So we worked on it. We finally got the thing pried off, and we drove back. And then I come to find out that the damage was so severe that they just totaled it. Like it was an economic total. I mean, because the thing was still drivable. It didn't even like break a window. The rear trunk was fine. The rear passenger door was fine. It was just that one corner right there. And they're like, oh, dude, we're going to have to replace like 3/4 of the car to fix that and like repaint everything. And I'm just like, I was pretty upset because, I mean, I bought that Crosstrek brand new in 2013 right when they came out. That was my baby. I had it paid for. It was nice. It was reliable. It had pretty low mileage for being that old. I mean, I think I was under 90,000 miles. It was running great. Like I said, it was paid for. That was the most important thing. But yeah, I was just real upset when they said it was totaled. And the amount of money that they gave me for it was not very much. Like if I took that and bought another Crosstrek, it would be like a beater with like 150,000 miles on it. So luckily I have really helpful parents, and they offered to like lend me the money to get something a little bit better, like a little bit of an upgrade. And they just happened to have one up at the local Honda dealership they had just got in. This thing only had 6,900 miles on it. A 2019 white, it had to be white. I love the white. 2019 had under 7,000 miles on it. I was like, wow, that's pretty nice, but that's going to totally wipe me out completely. It's going to totally wipe me out completely. Not to mention my insurance is going to go up like crazy because, I mean, I backed into a tree. That's my fault. I can't say the tree did it. So my insurance is going to effing skyrocket as it is, because that's going to be a chargeable thing. That's going to all come back on me. I upgraded, plus I borrowed a bunch of money to get the newer model, which is great. I'm rolling it back from like 90,000 back to 7,000, so it's pretty much getting like a brand new automobile. And this thing is mint condition, totally cherry. That was Saturday. I got the new car on Saturday. I got it insured yesterday, which was Monday, because I didn't even want to drive it. I was like, oh my God, I don't even want to drive it anywhere because it's not even insured. Like I'll probably wreck, and then I'll have to pay for the whole thing myself. So I'm not even going to go anywhere until I can call the place on Monday when they're open and get it insured, which I did. I was like, okay, whew, we're all ready to go now. And I was like, where's the first place we're going to take it for a hike? You know, and I was like, ooh, I don't want to really take it on a dirt road because I don't want to get it dirty and take it on a dirt road right now because it's so nice and neat and pretty and everything. So let's go up to Wyoming. Let's go up to Wyoming to Snowy Range, because that's all highway. That'll be easy. It'll be a nice long trip. I get to enjoy the car, see how it see how it rides and everything. We barely got over the Wyoming border. And I'm not joking. They had this part of the section of the road that was like, I guess had gravel all over it or something. They had a big sign that says, watch out for broken windshields, gravel on the road. There's no one out. It's like 5 something in the morning. There's like nobody out. One semi comes the other way. One truck goes by. Whoa, crack! And I'm like, are you effing kidding me right now? Like, are you... Because you could hear, when you get hit and it cracks, you can just tell it makes a different sound. It just makes that crack sound. But it was dark, I couldn't see where it was. And so I'm looking over, I'm like, okay, cool, like maybe it didn't crack it. Maybe it didn't crack it. And I finally get up to the next town. I'm not even sure what it is. Laramie. I get up to Laramie, and like this, the lights of the city. I can start seeing. I can see this just massive crack right in the center middle down there. And that's when I lost my shit. That's when I started getting like upset and pissed off. And I was like, not to mention the whole place up there was full of smoke. You couldn't even see like 200 yards. It was just smoked out. So the hike would have sucked anyway. And I was like, you know what? This is not going to be any fun. We'd already driven for like an hour and a half. We're already driven an hour and a half to this point. But anyways, I turn around, I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna go home. I'm pissed off. I'm just gonna go home. We get on that same stretch. Another car goes by. Boom! Cracks it again. This one was like right in front of my face now. Boom! So I get to see that now. Every time I get in my car, I get to see this crack right there, right in my eyesight. And of course, the new model I bought has this eyesight technology on it, which are like two 3D cameras up there that scan the road. So of course, the windshield for that is like $1,200 to replace it. But I took it up to the glass guy, and it cost me $100 to get both of them fixed. Still looks like complete shit. I mean, you can totally tell there's a friggin' crack right there. I thought it was supposed to be like this invisible thing where you couldn't see it no more. No. And that's the thing is, like, I've been driving for I don't know how many decades. I don't think I've ever had a cracked windshield. Ever. Until I get my brand new car and take it out the first time, don't even have 100 miles on it. I swear to God, that is like, can I just not have anything nice? Why does everything have to be a beat up piece of shit? That's all I want to know. That's all I want to know. I just feel like I don't have any luck right now. The last thing I want to do, honestly, is take it out and go drive somewhere to do a hike. Like, what's next? What's going to happen next? Am I going to hit a deer or something? It's going to jump out. I'm going to hit one and wipe it out. Like, I'm literally scared to do anything. Like, it's going to take me so long to pay this debt off. I don't know. It's upsetting to me. It's like, why do I do all this? All my money seems to go for this hiking channel. It doesn't matter if I'm buying cameras or computers or getting my car fixed or putting gas in it. That's a huge expense. Just the gas. I mean, hell, I blew a half a tank just going up there and coming back. That's another 25 wasted. I'm saying it adds up quick. It was really nice last year under the previous presidential administration when you could fill up your car for like $19. It was a different story back then. That's why I could do like 50 hikes back then. So I was like, oh my God, like filling up gas was like not a thing. Now you get down to a half a tank and it costs you $26, $27 to just like cap it off and fill it up. Like that's a huge expense. I mean, I'm going from like, last summer spending, I don't know, $500, $600 to this year spending like way over $1,000 just for like a couple months worth of hiking. It's insane. So that's why I've really cut it back this year. That's why I've been working part-time also. I usually just like take the whole summer off. Like I'll see you in October. But this year I'm like, I don't know. Like it's going to be expensive. So I've been working. I'm still just like barely keeping my head above water. And now I get hit with this crap. I'm just saying it's really going to, it's wiping me out completely to the point of where it's not economical to do these hikes anymore, and I just the fun is kind of gone right at this moment. And then when I made that post and I kind of said what happened, literally the responses I got like brought me to tears for like 15 minutes. Made me feel like an a-hole for like leaving everybody. Oh man, I'm not going to cry on camera. Nobody wants to see a grown man cry. That's not any fun. But it's upsetting time. It's just, I wish it wasn't happening, but it did happen, and I'm a dumbass. I did it myself. I drove into a tree, and I never wanted to be a grifter where I'm asking people for money. But if you want to help, I'm gonna start a PayPal, and I'll put the link. My bad, y'all. My bad. I don't mean to cry. But yeah, those comments did really get to me, though. Anyways, guys, that's where I'm at right now. That's what's going on. Uh, got some good videos, though. The last videos are going to be good. I think you'll like them. And then we'll just see what happens from there. But I appreciate all the support. And peace, y'all.